Alright, before we call our uncle, let's go ahead and read once again the diary. We did it last time, but let's do actually again this time. Gabriel reads through the pages Wolfgang marked. He reads of Gunter Ritter's journey to Charleston as witch hunter, hired by the townsmen to solve a series of ritualistic murders. He reads about Gunter's meeting with the beautiful slave woman, Petula, and of Gunter's tormenting Gerger's form.
Oh, bastard.
He reads of their physical union and passion and of Gunter's investigation into the murders. The victims were all crew members on a certain slaving expedition to Africa. The second to last entry describes Gunter's plan to set a trap for the coven committing the murders. It found the name of one of the surviving members of the crew, a man now living in the West Indies. Gunter has spread a false rumor that the man is returning to Charleston. He himself will impersonate the sailor and allow himself to fall into the hands of the coven. Naturally, Gunter has arranged for able-bodied assistants to follow and attack the coven before the canoe.
Halsey, son of a bitch, wasn't he?
Gabriel turns to the final entry of the journal. Dear Father, I offer these final words as an apology for the harm done to our secret office. The woman I wrote off, Tetla, was the witch I sought. I have committed terrible crimes. I loved this witch, then betrayed her, and then used our secret family power to free her and aid her in destroying this colony. The talisman is gone. Tetla took it. I can but pray for thy forgiveness, for thy swift recovery of the talisman, and that my punishment in hell will be long and bitter. Thy undeserving son, Gunter.
Oh. Oh.
Alright. So, having said that, let's also look at the phone book. Wait, no. How do we get Ritter's number? Oh, I guess this is Ritter's number. So, 490932. Let me just select it. That should be able to pop it, I think. 490932 43333. Use. On 490932 43333.
Guten Tag, Sie haben Schloss Ritter erreicht?
This is Gabriel Knight. Can I speak to Wolfgang, please?
Ja, Herr Knight. Einen Moment, bitte.
Gabriel, it's so good to hear your voice. I had such a dream last night.
There's a good reason for that, Uncle Wolfgang. We need to talk.
Gabriel finds Wolfgang on the event to the priest.
Ah, it is even worse than I thought.
You bet it is. We have to talk about what I'm supposed to do.
So before we talk to him, one thing I want to mention is that I think it's weird how Grace suddenly is all like, "This is your destiny. This is all true. What are you doing?" kind of thing. Because she always seemed to me a very like down to earth person. So her buying into this whole thing, hook, line, and sinker. I mean, I guess she saw evidence of shit happening, but still, that's, I don't know, a bit weird. Let's go straight to the thing that matters.
What can you tell me about Schattenjägers?
Yes, of course. I sometimes forget how little you know of the family, Gabriel. I never understood how Heinz could allow his sons to remain ignorant. But now is not the time for that discussion. Schattenjäger is really two words in English, Gabriel. Schatten means shadow, and Jäger means hunter.
Shadow Hunter?
Yes, shadow hunter.
Okay. Anything
Tell
else?
me more about Schattenjägers.
We Ritters have been Schattenjägers for many centuries. No one is sure when it began or how, but we have records of ancestors as early as the 13th century fulfilling this role. Some believe that the role was given us when... but such fantasies cannot...
I wonder if Jane Jensen probably did not, but it'd be cool if Shirley had in mind how the Schattenjägers came to be
Tell
in
me
the first
more
place.
about Schattenjägers.
As we saw in Gabriel Knight 3.
Most people are completely blind to the fact that evil does exist. It is out of vogue at the present, but I tell you, shadows of darkness, spirits, vampires, witches, demons, these things are real. It is to their advantage that the world has become so scientific, so cynical. But we know they exist, Gabriel. And we hunt them.
How do we hunt them? And why?
Why? Because it is our duty. We are the ones who know, Gabriel. As for how, that is something you will have to learn. But it is not easily explained over the phone.
Tell me more.
We can talk more about.
What
Okay,
can you
let's
tell me?
go from the start, I guess.
It sounds as though you have learned much during your investigation in New Orleans. Perhaps you will fill me in when we have a chance to sit down and talk.
What do you know about the voodoo murders?
I know only what you have told me. They seem to be very similar to the killings in Gunther's journal.
What can you tell me about
Yeah.
New Orleans?
It was just another American city to me until I started dreaming about you.
You, old German man, what can you tell me about the city I've been living
I
in
wish you would
since I was a
leave.
kid?
Do you know anything about snakes?
I have not studied the subject. I have an intense dislike for them.
What can you tell me about St. John's Eve?
I'm afraid I've never heard of it.
Do you have any idea what Capri Saint-Gare means?
No, what does it mean?
It means goat without horns. It's a term used for human sacrifice in voodoo.
Well, let's hope we can avoid any more of that in this family.
Do you know anything about Marie Laveau?
No, I'm afraid not.
I've heard rumors of a secret hound fool here in New Orleans.
Yeah, I am sure they have a temple there, and probably a very elaborate one. You should not go near it, though. Not alone.
Do you know anything about animal masks?
Yes, Tetlos people wear animal masks for their rituals, don't they? It is not at all uncommon. Many occult groups are based heavily on animal totems. Animals have such pure, primal traits. Spirituality, good or bad, is about reaching these pure levels. Aggressive and cunning like the snake. Agile and nurturing like the monkey. Even our family is associated with the image of a lion.
Tell me more.
I've already given...
Okay.
No, if I were in New Orleans and could look around, something might look familiar to me. Strike a chord, so to speak. But I'm not, so you must use your own judgment.
Do you know anything about Veves?
It is a visual symbol.
Do you know
of
anything
animal
about
warfare. Each law has its own sign,
Veves?
which is used to summon it.
Do you know anything else?
I've already given...
Have you ever heard of Damballa?
Damballa is a snake. He is a loa of voodoo.
Have you ever heard
Yes.
about
He's one of the primary Loa of the Gedi tribe.
Damballa?
I see. Good work. That information...
It's
might
just,
be useful.
I hope that they're just cutting and reusing bits of voice acting, because if Tim Curry is willfully giving that line whole, I'm just like, what were you thinking,
Does the
man?
name Ogun Badakri mean anything to you?
It is a voodoo loa, is it not?
Yes, a particularly nasty one, so I understand. Have you come across anything about it in your research?
He seems to be feared by most voodoo groups. I haven't come across very much specific information.
Do you know anything about black voodoo?
My library contains many books on the occult and religions, and I have read about some particularly evil voodoo cults. But you, at this point, have more direct experience than I.
Alright.
Tell me more about Schattenjägers.
We can talk more about that later, Get.
Do you know anything about Rada drums?
Rada drums? You mean ceremonial drums?
Yes. The Gedi tribe uses drummers around the French Quarter as relay messengers to keep track of their business.
Those drums have a ceremonial use, too. It would be useful to know their code, Gabriel.
I had Grace find some information on
I
them.
wonder if maybe the thing I was missing is that you can call him anytime and he can tell you stuff, but
Tell me about yourself.
I hope there will be time for that later, Gabriel, after this is all over. For now, We must deal with the matter at hand.
Tell me about Tetelo.
Okay, let's get
Well,
to
from your description
business
of
at
the
hand.
ritual last night, I'd say that Gunther's mistress, Tetelo, is now the primary Loa for the Gede tribe. It seems she still controls them by possessing her female descendants and speaking through them. Do you remember in Gunther's journal he said that Tetelo was possessed by her father's Loa during the killings in Charleston?
This sounds similar, but Tetelo has obviously become a much more powerful Loa than her father ever was. Probably because of the added power of the talisman.
Tell me more about...
I believe she truly loved Gunther. After all, she was raised to be her father's daughter. Their religion was not a choice she made, but a duty she endured. How can she be blamed for that? The spirit she has become, that is a different matter. It is utterly evil. I am certain that the lower Tetela bears little resemblance to the woman Tetela was before the burning in Charleston.
Tell me more about...
She once was a beautiful and intelligent woman, and she probably did not deserve Gunther's betrayal. But the Tetelo we fight now is more akin to her tribe's dark gods than to anything human in nature.
Let's talk about the talisman.
I myself have only seen it in old sketches and paintings, and in my dreams. It was in the family for centuries before Tetelo took it. It is believed to be as old as the role of Schattenjäger itself. The talisman has genuine power. I don't know how or why, but it is so. The Schattenjäger swore to use the power for good, never for evil. For defense, not offense. Since it fell into Tetlo's hands, I'm afraid to think what the power has been used for, or what it will be used for in the future. With the talisman, Tetlo has all the power and we none. The only possible way to fight her is to regain the talisman. Then we will at least be on more equal footing.
How can we regain the talisman?
We've been searching for the talisman for years, ever since we lost it. It's a terrible thing to know that something powerful that was entrusted to us is in the wrong hands. The talisman is probably buried with Tetlo's remains. That's what gives her lore so much power.
How would we find Tetelo's remains?
Ha! We have pondered that question a long time, Ritus. There are two probabilities. The first is that her remains are with the tribe at their current location. The other is that the remains were returned to a sacred place near the tribe's original homeland. We've tried to locate Tetlo's African homeland, but Gunther says so little in his journal.
Ooh,
about her
ooh,
tribe.
ooh! I know,
It's
I know,
like
I
it's
know.
practically non-existent.
Well, I mean,
Also,
you know,
Tetlo's
the
tribe was utterly destroyed in its African form in the late 17th century. There was nothing like a census in Africa then. As for the other idea, we had no clue as to where Tetlo's people went after fleeing Charleston. Until now.
How would we find...
We must locate the tribe.
it's we have notes for it. It's in I don't remember, Benin, I think.
Let's discuss the possible African homeland.
All right. Have you learned anything that might help us locate it?
I spoke with the Professor Hotridge. Unfortunately for him, he thinks the tribe's name was Agri, and that they lived near the Fon tribe in what is now called the People's Republic of Benin.
That is incredible, Gabriel. I must go research this new information in my library right now.
Wait, what should I do?
Stay low. If you get a chance, you might look into the possibility that Tetlo's remains are somewhere in New Orleans. But don't try to broach their private areas without my assistance, Gabriel. You will make a fine Schattenjäger, but only if you are not dead.
Sure, I'll wait.
Bye then, Gabriel. And remember, if you need a place of safety, come to Schloss Ritter.
Goodbye, Uncle Wolfgang.
Glossrita. Is this a flashlight? Kind that, shines light
That
on
might
things.
be the flashlight.
So, well, we know where to find Tadala's remains, probably, because if it is somewhere around here, It's gotta be in the ghetto tomb.
I'm going out for a bit.
Be careful.
Right. Go to the ghetto tomb. Ghetto tomb. Okay. Ooh. Moving further this way. I am annoyed that the transition is pixel perfect. It's not great, but has this switch always been here? And open? Gabriel hears the faint sound of breaking glass.
Dang. You'd think there'd be a light.
That's why I grabbed my flashlight. Huh. Oh, this just reopens the thing. Okay, never mind. I guess it's the... If you're stuck with that flashlight. What am I looking for? Oh, I guess, okay, I need to... Someone broke into the light in here, no wonder it's so dark. Crypt drawers line the back wall. Gabriel can quite make the name in the drawer's black. Let someone break the light. Broken glass on the floor. Some more broken glass. Yep. Yeah. Can't quite make it out. Can't quite make it out. Can't quite make it out. Oh, I guess I need to move? No. Oh, the spinner one looks different. The drawer is marked with a pattern like the Veve. How about we open this drawer?
Mosley. Shit, I dropped my flashlight.
Huh?
Oh, damn. Sometime later.
Ouch, my head. What the hell was that?
Mose? Well, it's gone. We got a wallet. Found some ID belongs to Mosley, an American repressed card. Hey. Credit.
Mosley's body is gone.
Alright. Well, I guess they have Mosley, maybe? Something like that? Why was he in there in the first place? I don't know. Where were people hiding? I don't know. But the good news is that we now have the means to travel to Germany. Oh, I hope for him they will reimburse him for this, but... Come on, exit, exit.
Where have you been? I was worried about you.
For good reason, apparently.
What happened? Do you need a doctor?
Nothing you want to know about. And no, just some aspirin.
Gabriel, this is nuts. You have to get out of New Orleans.
No kidding.
Well, listen. Wolfgang called while you were out. He said, and I quote, "Tell Gabriel that I found what I was looking for. It's time for me to do my duty. Schloss Ritter is his now. Now, call me crazy, but I don't think that's good news."
Not for Uncle Wolfie, no.
What are you gonna do?
If I figure it out, I'll let you know.
I mean, step one is to go to Schloss Ritter, I guess. Alright, so let me look at the phone book again. 585-1130. Excuse me.
Hello. See the World Travel Agency. How
See
may
the
I help
world.
you?
What about that trip to Rittersburg, Germany?
Oh, yes. There's a flight from New Orleans to Munich for $1,400. Did you want me to book that, sir?
Charge it to my Americans repressed.
Yes, sir. And your name was?
Mosley.
Feeling a little guilty, Gabriel gives the travel agent Moses' car number and is informed that he can pick up his tickets at the New Orleans International Airport. Man, shit used to be different back in the day, huh?
Guess what? I'm going to Germany.
Really? That's great, but how on earth could you afford?
A man's got to do what a man's got to do.
Oh my god. I wouldn't like the sound of that even if you were a man.
I miss you too, Grace.
Alright.
Goodbye, Gracie.
Good luck. Let me know what's going on, will you?
Of course.
He's like, I'd like to know I still have a job and you're not, like, dead? Gabriel picks up his tickets at the airport and boards a plane for Munich. Whee! Oh, that's beautiful.
Wolfgang?
Hello. My name is Knight. Gabriel Knight.
Herr Knight. Oh, kommen Sie bitte, Herren. I mean, come in, please, Herr Knight. I was not expecting you. Has Wolfgang sent you here?
Uncle Wolfgang? No, I came to see him. Isn't he here?
No, he is gone. I'm sorry. You came all this way.
Oh, great. That's all I need.
Herr Knight, Wolfgang told me all about you and gave me instructions for you to feel welcome here. Please, this is your home. You are a Ritter, no? I am just doing some work. I will continue and you may make yourself comfortable. If there is anything you need, please ask me. You may use Wolfgang's bedroom. It is at the top of the stairs.
Thank you, Miss,
You may call me Gerda, Herr Knight.
We will see more of Gerda in the next game. Which, by the way, I'm planning on playing right after this one. So let me make a new save. Los Reta. Yeah, let's start by going to check out our bedroom, I guess. He's making a lot of noise feeding those potatoes. A large display case hangs on the wall. Contains a scroll. There. A small pair of grooming scissors on the cabinet. Grab them. You never know. Chamber
Take me
pot.
back to the 20th century, please.
Cabinets holds a few items for personal grooming. Gothic style window looks out to over an incredible view. The window seat on either side of the window. Editor Wolfgang left very recently, or Gerda feels quite at home in this room herself. Ooh. Foot of a bed, small table. Table, yeah. What about this room? It's locked. The head of the lion steers Gabriel from above the door. Portal says, Nur der, nur der Reinste darf passieren, dessen Herz ist rein wie Glas, dessen Seele rein wie Feuer, schreitet höher durchs Portal. Nur der Reinste darf passieren, dessen Herz ist rein wie Glas, dessen Seele rein wie Feuer, reitet höher durchs Portal. Okay. I've taken some German, enough to sound good reading it, but we should probably talk to Gerda and ask her what the fuck that means. Hello, Gerda. What can you tell me about voodoo?
Can I ask you a few questions?
Yeah, of course.
I can actually ask her about voodoo.
What can you tell me about?
Wolfgang is the only one who would know about that.
What do you know about
About the voodoo murders.
What murders?
in New Orleans?
Oh, I have...
I'm gonna save ourselves some time. So let's just go straight to the things she actually knows shit about.
Tell me about Wolfgang.
What would you like to know?
Where do you think Wolfgang went?
I don't know, but I have a feeling he has gone off to go be Schattenjäger again. He is too old for such chasing around. His heart is very weak. He has not left this castle for 5 years, and now this?
You know when he'll be back?
I only pray he will be back. Before he left, he said Schloss Ritter now belongs to Gabriel. It worried me so to hear him say that. I'm afraid Wolfgang knew he would never return.
Hold her a best, Gerda.
What is Wolfgang like?
Wolfgang is a truly wise and good man, the best I have ever known. But his life has been so full of disappointments.
What kind of disappointments?
His only son died in infancy, so there was no one to carry on the family line. And the family's financial troubles have been hard on him. Wolfgang wanted to do so much for the world, but it was all he could do just to hold on to Schloss Ritter. He has not left his mark as he wished to.
Too real, bro.
What is your relationship with Wolfgang?
Herr Knight, my relationship with your
Yeah,
uncle is-
that was a bit of a personal question.
You're right, Gerda. I apologize. Forget I asked. Can you show me Wolfgang's library?
How do you know about his library?
When we talked on the phone, he said he was going to do some research in his library. I thought maybe if I saw what he was researching.
Ah, yeah, a good idea, Herr Knight, but I'm afraid I cannot show you the library. You see, I have never been in it. Only a Schattenjäger can enter the library.
I see. Just tell me anything.
Wolfgang has dedicated his entire life to the role of Schattenjäger.
Just tell me anything.
He has not had a very happy life, but I have done my best to provide him with a little comfort.
Just tell me anything.
See, if his
He thought he
infant
was the
son
last of the
died,
Ritter line until he found out about you.
where's his wife? Did she also
He
die?
knows the history of the Ritter family from many centuries past.
Just tell me anything.
He's a good man, a strong man. I am fond of him.
Oh,
As you
I
are,
understand.
Hamlet.
That was a little too much. I'm good. Thank you.
tell me something about the Ritter family.
I can tell you what they say in the village, what I heard when I was small. To the villagers, the Ritters are a little, how do you say, tragic, to be pitied. They say that the Ritters were chosen by God to fight evil, but something happened. One of them was cursed, and so the Ritters lost the way. They struggle still, but like a lame dog, you see? Without the power or magic they once had.
Tell me something about the Ritter family.
There are legends of how powerful the family once was, of some of their mighty deeds, of the richness of the castle, and in turn, Rittersburg itself. But at the end of the 17th century, that all changed. Since then, the Ritters and Rittersburg have been in decline.
Sounds like, wait, no. Gunther. Yeah, Gunther was the old ancestor. Gunther really fucked up.
Tell me something about Schloss Ritter.
Schloss Ritter has stood for many centuries, no one knows how long. It was once the pride of Bavaria, but now it is in disrepair. Wolfgang received offers to open the castle for tourists. He has resisted though, even though the castle is in desperate need of repairs. To him, this ground is sacred.
Okay.
Tell
Mouse.
me something about Schloss Ritter.
The castle has many rooms and passages, Herr Knight. Most have been closed off and are decaying in the dark and damp. Only a few rooms have been kept up due to the cost.
Didn't Wolfgang mention a library?
There is a library, but I've never been in it. There are places in the castle where only the master is allowed to go.
Tell me something about yourself.
I was born in Rittersburg, the village below the castle.
Oh, so you were a local Gaul.
Tell me something about yourself.
That
I'm
explains
not
it.
well traveled, but Wolfgang has been kind and has tutored me in many subjects. It was from him I learned to speak English. He must have sensed you were coming, Herr Knight, and that you would have need of me.
Yeah, I definitely do not just want to impress
Tell me
you.
something about yourself.
I'm very devoted to my position here with Wolfgang.
Bet you are.
There are some words over the locked door in Wolfgang's bedroom. What do they mean?
Ah, yes. Wolfgang had me translated as part of my English lessons. In English, it means, only the purest here may pass. He whose heart is pure as glass. He whose soul is pure as fire. Through this portal passes higher.
Great. Thanks.
Alright.
What was that
Let's
door
do that
for
again.
Only the purest here may pass. He whose heart is pure as glass. He whose soul is pure as fire. Through this portal passes higher.
Alright. Go back up and try and figure this out. He whose heart is pure as glass. He whose soul is pure as fire? Is that what she said? Heard portal
There are
poem.
some words.
Only the purest here may pass. He whose heart is pure as glass. He whose soul is pure.
Alright. So, purity. No, it's
If I
pretty
took
pure.
the snow, it would just melt in my pocket.
Can I take the chamber pot? Because if you put the snow into the chamber pot, and then you put the chamber pot in your pocket, the snow definitely does not melt. Maybe I just use the snow?
If I took this... This scroll looks interesting.
What does the scroll say? Scroll. Read.
St. George, patron of the light, who hunts the shadows of the night. Upon my blood I call thee now, purify me, for I avow to set my feet upon thy road, thy sword I take up for mine own.
Okay. Well, this is definitely a knife we can grab.
This dagger.
It is the knife of a Schattenjäger. You may take it, Herr Knight. Everything in this castle is yours now.
Okay. I guess what else is there? Oh. Well, hello, St. George. The magnificent stained glass window depicts the legendary battle between St. George and the dragon. Three panels hang from each side of the chapel. Gabriel can't determine what their purpose may be. Plain wooden altar occupies the center of the chapel. The cushioned kneeler at the bottom indicates the altar as a place of prayer. Okay. We should probably go talk to Gerda again about these things, I guess.
Can I ask you,
Yep.
Yeah, chapel.
what can you tell me about those wall panels in the chapel?
The hangings? They describe the Schattenjäger initiation ceremony.
Oh, well, what is it about?
Tell me about the Schattenjäger initiation ceremony.
Each young man of the Ritter line must go through the ceremony when he dedicates himself to be a Schattenjäger.
But what does the ceremony do?
I do not know, Herr Knight. The only people present are the old Schattenjäger and the new. But I think it must be similar to a priest's ordination or a wedding, a ceremony of intent and oath.
You.
Is there a problem, Herr Knight?
You said wedding. I'm okay now. Is there anything else you can tell me about that initiation ceremony?
I really do not.
Alright, let's go look at those panels again. See what we can make out of them. First panel shows hands in water, hair and a knife, chalice on a table with ocean waves in the background, knife and a few drops of blood, someone kneeling, and a scroll. Okay, so we got the scroll, we have the dagger, we can probably draw blood. I guess we have a cup of sorts. We have scissors to cut hair. So let's go and wash our hands. Yes and no. Oh. I guess I already clicked it. That's why. Alright, so wash our hands. Thinking on the first chapel panel, Gabriel washes his hands in the snow.
Is that a shaker of salt?
Yeah, salt.
Mind if I take it?
No?
Thanks.
Alright, let's go. Oh, let's go. No. Out. Wait. Thank you. Move. Back to the chapel. So we did the first step. Now there's hair and blades. So we're gonna grab our scissors.
I am not cutting my hair.
Oh. Just need to cut a lock, man. You can do that without a mirror. I still don't understand why her peeling potatoes makes that sound. And who she's peeling potatoes for in the first place. But, hey. I Thinking of the second chapter panel, Gabriel cuts his hair.
Hate this. There, that's plenty.
Can I by any chance actually grab some snow with the cup? No. Let's just go back to the chapel then. God, this sound just drives me insane for some reason. Alright, so we already have this guy. Let's just put it on the altar. Put the chamber pot on the altar. Now we see ocean waves. So I guess if we put some salt in, that's the best we can do. That's intent, right? Then we take the dagger and feed ourselves. Hold this armor with the chamber pot next to the dagger.
Oops, nearly.
Then we kneel. And then we grab the scroll and read it.
St. George, patron of the light, who hunts the shadows of the night, upon my blood I call thee now. Purify me, for I vow to set my feet upon thy road. Thy sword I take up for mine own.
It works. Something's happening.
Oh, excuse me. I was just vacuuming. I did not know you were in here.
Oh, that's all right. I've done about all I can do in here anyway. I give up.
You look tired, Herr Knight. Why don't you go to bed?
Sure, why not?
I will clean everything up.
I mean, to be fair, going from the US to Europe, you get there and you're just dead. All you want to do is a good night's sleep. That night, Gabriel dreams. More like a nightmare, really.
Your soul smells, Gabriel Knight. You seek to be Chattanooga.
I do.
You must first burn away the past. How much sin do you have to burn?
Oof, probably quite a lot. Nothing evil, but
You have used people all your life. Never committed to anything. Turn back now, and I will forget that you asked for this. No! There are only two things that redeem you. First, that you have bitter blood in your veins. Second, that three women have loved you purely. You asked to start on the
two women have loved me purely.
shall. But you will not be a Chattanooga until you have earned it.
How?
I cannot show you the path, but I can tell you that you will have to let go of the greater part of yourself, Gabriel Knight.
No problem.
Yes. Now you asked for purification. You shall have it. Oh, no!
I mean, it did say fire would make me pure. Oh, killing the dark part of myself, classic. And I get it. Ooh. Okay, I don't love that scene. Like, it's a little too literal with a talking dragon. Maybe it was also just what the way it looked like. But instead of hidden chamber where I had no right to be, I found the wheel at last, or could be, it found me.
What a night. I'm sore all over.
Oh, hey, we got a key. Apparently, two women love me purely, so. The large frisky is inertly shaped and must weigh a pound at least. Get into the library.
It fits.
Alright. Okay, this is gonna be another one of those where you have to really. Oh. Books on sociology inspired the library. Nothing jumps out. Archaeology. Nothing jumps out. Books on the occult, necromancy, witchcraft, demonology, lycanthropes, research material, any good technique or needs, Gabriel supposes. Geography, People's Republic of Benin by Lil Kaylee. Look up. Okay, the People's Republic of Benin is an area of rich and diverse cultures and a proud heritage. Before slaving devastated many tribes, this area was populated by some of the oldest, fiercest, and most powerful tribes in tribal Africa. Fons, the Dahomies, and the Terrible Agri. The book The Primal Ones by John Roots provides insight into these fascinating cultures. No. What else do we have here? Religions of all kind. Nothing jumps out. Science. Technical. History. Nothing jumps out. Ritter family. Back on the archaeology side.